Imagine having the ultimate digital brain to pilot the world's most advanced physical hardware. You are fundamentally changing how your machines think and build. That is essentially what Elon Musk just bought for $60 billion. Welcome to episode 540 of AI Brief. I'm Moeen. Alongside me is Leah. Today's deep dive takes us through SpaceX's colossal move to acquire the AI coding startup Cursor completely in stock. We are also unpacking the exact opposite approach, with ZAI releasing an open-weights model that challenges top-tier closed systems for free. From there, we will explore major enterprise rollouts from Microsoft and Databricks and round out the discussion with the trending AI tools to boost your daily productivity.
Today's news really highlights a massive shift in how AI is being funded, built, and deployed. We are seeing these massive integrated ecosystems moving at just an incredible speed.
Let's start with the sheer scale of the SpaceX and Cursor deal. The mechanics of this are fascinating. SpaceX officially exercised its April option to acquire Cursor for $60 billion.
And that was an all-stock deal.
It was. They had the option to acquire it outright for the $60 billion, or they could pay $10 billion just for a partnership. They chose the full acquisition.
Which makes sense when you look at their recent market leverage.
Definitely. SpaceX's post-IPO rally pushed shares past $200. That nearly doubled the company's value, adding almost $1 trillion to its market cap.
In under a week.
Yeah. And it surged Musk's personal wealth above $1 trillion too. So the currency they were using to buy Cursor became significantly more powerful virtually overnight. But let us look at the technology driving this. Cursor CEO Michael Truell promises their upcoming model is trained from scratch. He says it is as big as Ovis and, quote, generally intelligent.
Training a massive model from scratch for coding is a critical distinction. It means you dictate exactly how the network understands logic and syntax from the very first parameter.
It is like buying the ultimate digital brain to pilot your physical hardware. Musk is moving at breakneck speed to secure a developer platform for his entire AI stack.
Well, consider why this matters internally for Musk. Grok simply has not been up to par on coding.
It really struggles there.
It does. It was trained heavily on conversational data, which lacks the rigorous syntax required for software engineering. Injecting Cursor's models and using SpaceX's massive compute could instantly solve that bottleneck. Plus, Cursor also just introduced Origin, which is a new GitHub competitor, and a beta iOS app.
So we have this $60 billion closed ecosystem buyout, but I want to shift the focus to the total opposite approach happening right now in the open-weights community.
The ZAI release.
Yes. Chinese lab ZAI just released GLM-5.2. This is an open-weights model under an MIT license.
Releasing under an MIT license is a profound detail. It means the model is truly open for commercial use.
And the specs are wild. It gains a 1 million token context window. To put that in perspective for you listening, imagine handing an AI the entire Harry Potter series plus The Lord of the Rings, and then asking it a highly specific question about Book 3. It remembers all of that instantly.
That gives it incredibly strong capabilities for long horizon tasks.
It also features 2 effort modes, high and max, for complex jobs. But here's the kicker. They kept the pricing identical to its predecessor.
And the benchmarks absolutely back up that architecture. GLM-5.2 surpasses GPT 5.5 in real-world coding, reasoning, and math.
It lands just slightly below Claude Opus 4.8.
Which is an incredible achievement for an open-weights release.
Wait, I need to push back on the economics of this. If an open model costs a fraction of frontier options, but effectively matches GPT 5.5, does the current pricing model of closed systems even make sense anymore?
It really puts direct pressure on the 2 biggest choke points in AI right now, which are pricing and access. Pairing top-tier coding performance with free open weights is exactly the direction the industry is being forced toward.
Let us pivot to the global and enterprise moves. Here is everything else happening in AI today.
Well, looking at the enterprise front, we are seeing a slower, more measured rhythm of integration. Microsoft's Copilot Cowork is now generally available to any Microsoft 365 user globally.
That is a massive rollout for them.
It is, and they're heavily emphasizing that it runs 30 to 40% cheaper per prompt than Anthropic's Claude Cowork.
Cost management is usually the biggest hurdle for corporate adoption.
Absolutely. To appeal to those large organizations, they feature model choice, usage-based billing, and strict cost management controls.
Which is essential.
Moving over to data management, Databricks just launched Genie 1. This is an agentic coworker for business teams, and it runs on the Genie ontology.
An ontology is essentially a self-improving context layer, is that correct?
Definitely. It maps the specific relationships within an organization's data. They are actually hosting a webinar on June 30th with Cube, focusing on BI and agentic analytics for those interested.
And the macro picture is getting much more complicated geopolitically.
No, for sure. The Trump administration reportedly rejected UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer's request to exempt G7 allies from the export ban on Anthropic's top models.
Wow.
And in stark contrast to that restriction, China's DeepSeek raised over $7.4 billion at a $50 billion plus valuation.
Making it the priciest AI startup in the country.
And founder Liang Wenfeng personally put in $3 billion of that.
The scale of that capital is just staggering. I mean, connecting that geopolitical tension, the export ban of Anthropic models, to this massive internal funding in China with DeepSeek and ZAI, we are seeing AI increasingly treated as a sovereign asset.
It dictates exactly how these models will be deployed globally.
Let us bring this down to the ground level and transition into the practical takeaways. We have today's trending AI tools and exactly how you can implement them. First up is GLM-5.2.
The open weights model.
For developers needing a cheap, powerful open weights model for heavy coding, this is your primary use case. Next is Copilot Cowork.
That one is for enterprise workers executing multi-step tasks natively across Microsoft 365 apps.
Moving into specialized tools, there's Mercury Command. Finance teams can use this for executing natural language banking tasks with built-in approvals.
Removing the friction of manual processing.
Then we have Framer 3.0. Designers looking to build and run an entire website using Canvas native agents will find this incredibly useful. And if you are a user who just needs to talk, there is Bono.
A great tool for organizing your thoughts.
Users needing to talk and brainstorm for 10 minutes can use Bono as a sounding board. Next is AGIMem. Managers wanting to create AI agents that learn from company data to mimic the workflow of their best employees should look into this.
That could completely change onboarding.
For creatives, Pixae turns abstract ideas into stunning art in seconds. And content marketers can use Blog2 Video to convert written articles into narrated programmatic videos.
Very efficient for production.
Finally, for project coordinators, there is Wery. This is an AI workspace to manage specialized agents executing tasks in parallel.
Looking closely at that list, there's a clear shift from single-use AI tools to agentic workspaces like Wery and AGIMem. For you listening, you should start thinking about how to manage teams of AI agents rather than just writing individual prompts.
The incredible pace of today's deep dive mirrors the speed of the industry itself. But it leaves me with a final provocative thought for you to ponder.
I am curious.
With SpaceX buying Cursor entirely in stock for $60 billion and DeepSeek raising billions in a single round, are we seeing the end of the scrappy AI startup era? Will every major AI builder eventually just become an in-house department of a massive tech or aerospace conglomerate? That is something for you to mull over as the market consolidates.
Thank you for tuning in today, and stay curious.
Be sure to follow and share AI Brief. See you in the next episode.